Hello, welcome back to Arknights. I said in the last video that I plan on just playing this event over and over and over and over, and so that is what I am going to do. However, I'm going to start this video with 10 more pet hunts because I want, I don't know, I want to get another 6-star. Should I get Blaze? Should I try to get Blaze? Or should I pull on this one to see if I get one of these 3? Because it'd be cool to have one of them. I don't know, so let's see. Let's see what I get. Boom. Liaison's medal. Okay. No 6-star. I didn't expect to get a 6-star if I'm gonna be honest. So
attention.
I'm just gonna skip it. Oh, I didn't get another surfer. Who are you? Oh, that's someone I don't even have. Almond. A specialist, a hookmaster even. Okay. Next attack drags the enemy towards the unit slightly, dealing physical damage and store 1 charge. That's pretty cool. Okay. I also got a perfumer shard, thank God, because that is going to be really helpful. The improved talent. And I got a hummus token. I know it's probably not hummus, but that's what I like to say. Okay. Well, that was the 10 pull. Didn't get a 6-star, so I didn't really care. Anyway, let's get into the event. I did get you, right? That's so cool. I'm so excited to use you. Flavor of food. We are on OR-2. I will be reading it and playing it like last time, but let's also look at the map a little bit. There's a broken furnace there and a fixed one there. And I can't place anyone in this spot right here. I'm trying to think of what would be the best way to defend this. I could place a tank there and then place like Ifrit there to hit all those. And then I'll just have to worry about this spot. So I might place you there actually. Because he can block a lot of enemies, so let's see if he's good. Because I did level him up. And I didn't level up his skill. I forgot to do that. Let's do that real quick. Take whatever you want. Okay. Let's get into it. If my voice suddenly goes out, I'm sorry. It's high autumn. The courtyard is silent. Its long, thick walls prevent outside noise from coming in. It's empty. Save for an old persimmon tree. Is that what that is then? It's a fruit. Leaning against the wall in the shade, with its old crown extending over the top of the wall. Which one is it then? That one? No one knows what this old tree has witnessed over the years. We do know that, since its planting, it has turned red, green, and red again, as the seasons have flown by. Each year, bright red, fresh persimmons grow from its branches, and each year, these beautiful fruits wipe away old memories of previous harvests. The old man sits under the tree, sleeping in the shade. Who are you? Whoa, I can't say that name. Ning. Grandfather. Kind old man. Grandfather? Huh? What? Oh, it's him! Why is he familiar? He was in the previous one. EQ? You're back. Yes. I got delayed a bit on the way back, but thankfully I made it in time for the Mid-Autumn Festival. I've been thinking a lot these days. I've been watching the persimmons grow redder and redder. I was afraid that if you didn't come back soon, we wouldn't be able to eat them together this year. Not sure how many more harvests I will live to see. If you hadn't come back any later, you may not have seen me here. Grandfather. Ninkiku. Kiku? I don't know. Decides not to crack any jokes, as she usually would have done. She looks at the old man closely. He seems to have a few new wrinkles on his forehead this time. The autumn wind blows suddenly, ruffling the old man's hair. We completed our trial of Da Huang's first mobile plate last month. I finished up my work at the Ministry of Rights for now, so they allowed me 2 weeks vacation. You've worked really hard. I heard about the going-ons at Da Huang as soon as they happened. I detailed all my criticisms in my letters. I know you were involved in the disaster relief effort as well. But every Yanese Mandarin is duty-bound to protect the people. As an assistant minister of the Ministry of Rights, you must take responsibility for the poor management here. Oh! Wait. This is the guy from the start of the last one who saved the baby. No, he didn't save the baby, but he took in the baby. So this other person must be the baby then from the start of the story. That would make sense. Deducting half a year's pay is letting you off easy. You have nothing to complain about. Of course I shall not complain, and I take my errors to heart. You must remember, do not focus on what you've already done. Focus on what you still haven't done. As a magistrate, you must carry out the orders of your superiors, while winning over and maintaining the trust of those below you, the citizens. In your position, everything you do is only what is expected of you in the first place. However, should you fail in even the slightest of your responsibilities, it would be an unforgivable transgression. If you do not understand this, you are not fit to wear the magisterial robes. Devote all your energy to the cause, as that is all you have to give. I still remember the words you taught me so many moons ago. I shall take this mistake to heart, but I shan't despair. Quitting now would really be shirking my responsibilities. Yes. Okay. I've said enough on this for now. I am not in your position, nor do I work at the Ministry of Rights. Therefore, I have no right to interfere. Now, I am more worried about your injury. Are you well? Don't you worry, grandfather. I recovered quite some time ago. Broken bones take at least 3 months to heal. So please take caution. In a few days, after you get settled, make the time to see a doctor. An old friend of mine gave me my medicine patches. I'll give you some to take back home with you. Very well, grandfather. You kids always making me worry. I'm just about to move back to my old hometown. My son and daughter never come to see me, and your sister is never home. Everyone's forgotten me. What you say about my sister sounds true, but as far as you being forgotten, forgive me, but these past few days you've closed your doors to all visitors. This again? Kids these days, you don't have any priority. You don't have your priorities straight, do you? I haven't had a single moment of peace in this courtyard since the beginning of last month. The youth today are clever and dared not knock on my door to offer me wine or tea. Instead, they've started watering my flowers, my poor hydrangeas. I spent so long growing them, and these kids have already drowned 3 pots this year. Yeah, you've had so many visitors lately. I'd wager the minister came and showed you the draft guest list of the feast, didn't he? It's rare to see the true lung even once a year. I'm sure many would treasure the chance to learn the latest court gossip. I have no reason to meet the young lad. He's the minister, after all. What does he need my input for? Come now, grandfather. You served for decades in the Ministry of Rights. Your achievements were many, and your legacy is secure. That's all in the past. If we keep focusing on the past, how will we deal with the present? Mr. Ning, you have a guest. I told you, no visitors. Who is it anyways? He says he is the advisor of Human. Oh. The advisor of Human? Never heard of him. I don't care who he is. I said no visitors and I mean it. Grandfather, wait a moment. Might the advisor be here to see me? Mayhaps. Good sir, our master is not accepting visitors right now. Please come back another time. Please tell Ning, your master, that an old friend is here. Sir, no offense, but judging by your age, are you sure you're an old friend of the master's? It's true. I dare not make up stories. Sir, please be on your way. The master is not accepting any guests right now. If you really are an old friend, then I'm sure you wouldn't want to cause trouble, would you? Mr. Liang? Oh, it's not the person I thought it was. Do you not recognize me? Miss Ning, it's been a while. I heard you just returned to Bai Zhao. I wanted to see you. Young Jun's eyes shift from Miss Ning to the figure standing behind her, the kindly old man. Don't just stand there, Kikui. Invite your friend in for a bit. Well, I'm saying her name wrong and I know it. What's the matter? Why isn't anyone eating? I feel like the third wheel here, and an old one at that. Maybe I'll just step away for a moment and you two can enjoy your meal. No, you've got it all wrong. It's us young kids who are intruding on your magisterial greatness. Grandfather, don't scare him like that. I'm only kidding, Xingzhu. I assure you. When Kiki, that's what I'm just gonna say because I don't know the actual name, was still in Shengshu, she used to write me letters, talking about a magistrate there who was both supremely talented and dedicated to his people. Today, I finally got to meet him. When did I? It's my birthday in 3 days. I wasn't planning to go through the trouble of organizing a grand party or anything, so today, eating dinner and chatting with you two youths is how I'll celebrate my birthday. Let us wish many more years of health and life to your greatness. Here, grandfather. Many happy returns. All right, enough of that. Let's eat. Xingzhu, I thought you were a magistrate from Shengshu. Why have I now heard that you're an advisor of Yumen? And why have you traveled from Yumen all the way to Baizhou? Yumen's journey was a long one, and the people once living in Yumen have been resettled in patches in different nomadic cities along the route as well. Oh, as planned. The last group settled down in Baizhou a few days ago. Wasn't Yumen patrolling the northeastern... Oh wait, Yumen. That's where the last event, or the rerun event was in. Well, it's the event from last year that I played, but I don't know if I recorded it. Wasn't Yumen patrolling the northwestern corridor? How did you end up all the way here in Baizhou? Dear grandfather, have you forgotten? Yumen changed its route at the beginning of this year. The new route it was traveling on took it right to Baizhou. As for why Yumen traveled to Baizhou, surely you remember that. Ah, yes, because of that same old problem again. All those years of fighting and still no resolution. It's been so long since I retired, and sometimes I still hear these voices in my nightmares. It gives me a headache. It's a problem that existed for several millennia now. Sometimes issues resolve with the passage of time, other times they get worse. Now I think we need to find a way to solve it. Grandfather, do you have any ideas? Me, of course not. If I were to try and intervene, people would accuse me of being a dictator. Not necessarily. The minister had been coming to see you every few days or so. He never mentioned this to you. Miss Ning, there are some things which your grandfather must keep private, you know. My granddaughter sure is direct. That's for sure. No matter, I'm an ordinary citizen now. I am free to speak as I please without fear of divulging secrets. Because I do not know any secrets. As for this matter, however, I must defer to the advice of the young. Well, Xingzhu, what's your solution? I dare not propose any grand solution. However, there is one thing I do know. The best strategy is to disrupt your enemy's strategy. From the court's perspective, war has no upsides, only downsides. From the people's perspective, war means death and destruction. The best strategy is to disrupt your enemy's strategy. That makes sense. But if we always followed this reasoning, the true Lung would not have started the Great Hunt 1,000 years ago, and Yan would never have experienced a millennium of prosperity. Times change and circumstances change. It's hard to compare things across different historical eras. That war 1,000 years ago was called the Great Hunt, but it wasn't really a hunt. It was the Yanese people resting their future in the hands of the gods. Retreating, even just a little bit, would have resulted in their extinction. However, things are different now. We are operating from a place of strength. We can and must avoid war at all costs. We cannot allow our soldiers and civilians to suffer any further. Very well said, young man. You are far more skilled than I ever was, that's for sure. Goodness, no. Forgive me for being so bold, your magisterial greatness. Hopefully they stop calling him that. You say war should be avoided, and I agree. Well then, surely you have an alternate strategy, right? A way to get the situation under control? Mr. Ning, another visitor has arrived. What's this now? She says she is a deputy minister of the Judicial Review Office with urgent business to discuss with you. She insists on coming in. Judicial Review Office? I suppose I'll have to let her in. My sincerest apologies, but I must excuse myself for a moment. Kikwi, please continue chatting with our guest here. You guys are definitely going to have to correct me on that name because I can't keep saying Kiki or Kikwi. A deputy minister? You don't think it's Lin Qingyan, do you? You know her too? Anyone who deals with the Tianxi bureaus has at least heard of her. I've heard by Ding Shan, the Blue Thunder Count, is senior to her Shifu. She's skilled in Lei Fa and solves cases as quick as lightning. But I am not sure why she has come to see my grandfather. Because it's not your grandfather. You were kidnapped. Oh, it's Blaze. You waited until I was asleep and then locked me in this room. Why? I'm not a 3-year-old, you know. Let me out of here. Damn it, I'm supposed to meet that lady now. I didn't even get her contact, so I can't call her. What am I going to do? Oh, I can't break the door down. They might kick me out of here. Then I'd have no place to stay. But this window... I'm on the 18th floor, huh? Not that high. Alright, I'll jump. Oh my god. Oh no, why did it go black? Okay, it's back. Miss, you've been standing here for ages. Are you going to make a purchase or not? Sir, let me ask you again. This painting here, Springtime in the Garden. Is it truly original work from Shuzhang? Miss, you can ask anyone around here. They all know my shop only sells authentic goods. I certainly know how to spot a fake painting. Look at the technique, the essence of the painting. Who else put Shuzhang? Could have done that, but Shuzhang. I'm no art expert, but I see a serious anachronism in this painting. These grapes on the table here. This particular variety of grapes was not introduced from Gaul into Yan until the year 628. However, this painting is from 580. How do you explain that? Oh, come on. That's quite a nit to pick, isn't it? You're just trying to bargain down the price, aren't you? I've seen your type so many times before. I'm warning you, you won't like me when I'm angry. Good sir, I never intended to buy your painting in the first place. Why would I be trying to bargain with you? Besides, what I said about the grapes is true. Don't take my word for it. Look it up if you don't believe me. If you think I'm wrong, then prove it. Get as angry as you want. It won't turn your fake painting into a real one. If you don't want to buy it, then why are you standing here? I swear to you, if I'm selling any fakes in the shop, may heaven strike me down where I Why is there a canopy above the upper floor? Blaze, how did you... I'm not late, am I? Oh no, that poor guy. So, I mean, he's selling fakes, so I don't know if he's a poor guy, but... Sorry for making you wait. I've had so many guests visiting lately. Apologies. You are... Oh, it is her. Lin Qingyan. My name is Lin Qingyan. I'm a deputy minister with the Judicial Review Office. I came here to ask you a few questions, Mr. Ning. Judicial Review Office, you say? I haven't talked to anyone there in many, many years. I'm not even sure who's in charge there anymore. Is it Yu Cheng? Yu Cheng? No, I'm afraid you're mistaken, Deputy Minister Yu. Is no longer working with us. Ah, that's right. Now I remember. One of the Blue Thunder Court's Lei Fa students transferred from the Tianxi bureaus to the Judicial Review Office. Well, that must be you, yes? I heard that Tianxi Bai was transferred back to Bai Zhao a while ago. Yet, he still hasn't come to see me, not even for some tea or a bite to eat. Guess he doesn't have time for this old retiree. These are extraordinary times we are living in. The Tianxi bureaus must be extremely busy. I'll mention it to the Count the next time I see him. Sorry for going off on a tangent there. Please, sit down and have some tea. They sit down in an elegant room that's tastefully decorated and furnished. There seemed to be an empty space on the wall where a painting should be hanging. The part of the wall that had once been covered by the painting is a slightly different color, which makes it stick out even more. Mr. Ning, the tea is elegant, and so are you. Okay. Everything in this room is excellent, but something's missing. A painting, perhaps? Yes, the missing painting is in fact a longevity painting that someone gave me many years ago. It's supposed to help you live longer, but as the saying goes, the older you grow, the heavier birthdays feel. I believe it's served its purpose. I would not have expected you to be superstitious, Mr. Ning. Growing old has left me at fate's mercy, hardly free to act as I wish. It must make you laugh, yes? I hear that a thief tampered with one of your paintings recently. They sealed the lips of the painting with honey. It's an old folk custom to celebrate the new year. They do this in hopes that the stove god will only say good things and not bad things. Whoever the thief was, they had some other motive in mind besides theft. Why did you not report this vandalism? If I never reported it, then how do you know about it? One of my colleagues is handling this case. I saw the case file, but the one who first reported it, I don't believe was anyone from your estate. Well, I'm glad there's at least someone out there who cares about an old man like me. I would not have expected you to believe in these folk tales, Deputy Minister Lin. I am a mere citizen. You, on the other hand, are a mandarin, and your time is valuable. You came here today to ask me something. Just go ahead and ask me directly, please. Came here to ask you about someone, not something. Do you remember an individual named Gu Quan? 10 years ago, Gu Quan accompanied some Yanese dignitaries on an official visit to Victoria. They encountered a catastrophe, a blizzard along the way, and poor Gu drowned in a river. A wither. Have you any memory of that, Mr. Ning? Yes, how could I forget? I believe it was December. It definitely happened in the winter. By the time the news reached Bai Zhao, it was almost the new year. I remember the messenger told us that after the storm came in, the envoys got trapped on the mountain. Gu Quan stayed at the back of the line, helping shepherd everyone else across the river. In the end, he's the one who ended up falling in. The rest of the river must have been freezing cold. Looks like that incident made quite an impact on you. Gu Quan was a very good worker. He served the ministry very well. He was a very well-read and had excellent calligraphy. It's a pity he had no family. The only remnant of him is a cenotaph in the cemetery of the virtuous. Every year the Ministry of Rights sends someone to tend it and pay their respects. No family. Look at me, blathering on again. Well, anyway, why do you mention Gu Quan? A Yanese diplomat dying in a foreign country. That is a major international incident. According to the laws of Yan, both Yan and the other country must send experts to conduct a joint investigation and compile a final report. However, after Gu Quan's death, the Ministry of Rights did no such thing. Even more startling is that the Judicial Review Office's records of the case are remarkably sparse. I'm confused. This is clearly a question for the Judicial Review Office. Why are you asking me? I was in the Ministry of Rights. Well then, let me remind you. 2 months before the team left on their mission, Gu Quan was just an ordinary 9th-ranked Mandarin. How did he suddenly get promoted to envoy, much less be sent on a mission to Victoria? Well, you are the one who signed Gu Quan's transfer order. At the time, you were the Minister of Rights. Now I understand. You're saying that I deliberately arranged for Gu Quan to go on a diplomatic mission to Victoria and then disposed of him. No, that's not what I am saying. There's something strange going on here. I intend to solve these cases one by one, and I humbly ask for your guidance, Mr. Ning. Since you're so curious about all this, why not ask me a few more pointed questions? You think it's odd that I, as a former Minister of Rights, would trouble myself over a mere 9th-ranked ceremonial officer? Are you implying, perhaps, that he discovered some unspeakable secret about me? So you're just here to ask me about 10-year-old case? No matter. Ask whatever you wish. Just remember, if you keep asking the same questions, you'll keep getting the same answers. What kind of answers do you want? Truthful ones. I already have one foot in the grave. What reason do I have to deceive you? Then again, if you suspect me of committing so many crimes, you certainly don't view my testimony as credible. I just want you to tell me why Gu Quan was suddenly transferred. Once you tell me that, we'll be able to figure out the rest of it. Okay, you came all this way to see me, so I think I should tell you what you want to know. Gu Quan was indeed transferred for a reason, because he specifically requested it. He wanted the transfer? Yes. He said that he was ill, and was afraid he didn't have much time left, so he wanted to return to his hometown in Victoria to live out the rest of his days. So I agreed to let him join the delegation to Victoria. What illness did he have? Ooh, orpathy, you think? Probably orpathy, and they found out he was infected and killed him. I'm not clear on the details either. I only vaguely remember that Gu Quan did seem to be in poor spirits around that time. But as such a low-level Mandarin, Gu Quan would not have had many opportunities to even meet you. How did he make such a request? To be honest, it's a bit embarrassing, but there was a hint of selfishness on my part as well. Gu Quan was a magnificent penmanship, so I sometimes had him write letters for me. I also asked him to serve as my children's calligraphy tutor. He had done so much for me, I felt I owed him a favor. Besides, I did not feel his request stemmed from greed. That's all there is to say about Gu Quan's transfer. Do you have any other questions? Since I've heard it directly from you, I'll take what you're saying at face value. However, I disagree with one thing that you said. What? Anyone who wants to know the truth, be they a Mandarin or an ordinary citizen, does not need a special reason for doing so. Please know, Mr. Ning, that I am indeed only after the truth. I have no other motive. Now I shall take my leave, sir. Good day, madam. Probably orpathy. If he suddenly came down with a disease and he was just going to die soon, from all the other stories, it's like that will just kill you quick. Say, where is Ling Jun? It's rather late, grandfather. I saw the young man out many hours ago. My word. You invited him in to have dinner, and then you had him wait there forever. 'Tis a poor way to treat a guest. Yes. Where are my manners? Tell him I apologize, and please let him know that he's welcome to come back any time. Next time I'll be a proper host. I owe him that much. Ling is a reasonable man. I'm sure he'll understand. By the way, his name is Xingzhu, right? Which Jun is that? How do you write it? It's that Jun with 3 dots on the left. That one in Jun Meikiyi. I know I said that wrong. A spray of spring, gifted to you. Such a beautiful name. I'm rather fond of it. Heard that people with the 3 dots on their name characters are as clever and swift as water. Funny. The others all say he's as dull as a board. The old man walks to the table, picks up a pen, and adds another name to the invite list. Maybe he is rather dull. Came all this way to see his sweetheart, but look at the gifts he brought. Human's tea, some strange liquor called Li Daozi. These seem more like gifts meant for me. Hello. Lin Qingyan. Wait. Who's there? Lin Qingyan gets a strange feeling she's rarely felt before. One with the sword advances to within a zhang of Lin Qingyan. Yet, she doesn't even notice her. Until she is standing right in front of her. Who are you? Your uniform. You're an Imperial Guard? Who the hell is that? Malt sugar candy. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
they made me the captain, so I'm the one calling the shots here.
Good scenery here, Doctor.
Good scenery here, Doctor. place a tank here.
So long as you're here, have some hot soup before you go.
Whew. Oh, we're counting on you again today, little apple.
Counting on you again. Oh no, I didn't read it. Pulls one sanity towards itself. Is that what it said? Or something along those lines at least. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's try to get rid of it.
Toxins and traps are my tactics.
Oh no, it does. What the hell? Wow, she hits for like no damage.
Pone oil into a hot work.
Okay, so that's how his ability works.
I've got an idea. I've swallowed up the sun.
I don't like this. Okay. So that thing will pull the stupidity towards itself and make it harder to get the oven started. Nope. I want you on the one next to that.
Let the world burn!
Relax.
Okay.
I'll
So this is a
always
good
help you
squad
out.
right here.
Quickly, the spare ribs have been stewing for so long they're falling apart.
Get in the line of death!
Your lives are mine to protect.
Get in the line of
Oh
death!
no, that's annoying. Okay, whatever. I still have the majority of the stupidity. Okay, I'm getting close to being able to start the furnace.
Keep screaming!
Okay, that's a lot. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I was able to prevent them from getting enough to turn the furnace on me again.
You create
Let's
a
put her
diversion.
there to hopefully deal more damage in case another one spawns. Oh, never mind. Never mind! Damn, that's crazy. This event, like, special thing is fun. Mechanic special thing. How could I forget the word mechanic? Blaze, what do you think of this one? Nope. Not bad. What I mean is, do these tangerine cakes taste like the ones you remember? Well, not exactly. They're still not as sweet as the ones I had before. They also don't have quite the same mouthfeel. That's strange. This place uses traditional cooking methods. Their snacks are definitely authentic. They haven't changed their recipes in 100 years. 100 years? Tangerine cakes even been around that long? No, tangerine cakes are not quite that old, but many famous Bai Zhao snacks do have quite a long history. The tangerine cake you are looking for were actually invented by a scholar who came to Bai Zhao to study it in its early years. The scholar's hometown was famous for its tangerines. After he moved to Bai Zhao, he missed those tangerines. He was too far to go home and get them, so he improvised. He smashed up some old dried tangerine peels and made them into dough, added some sugar, shortening, and spices, and baked them. It was cheap, easy way to get his tangerine fix. Something I think is funny is if you watch the cinematic again, there's a point where Blaze is eating something, and I think that's the tangerine cake. I was gonna say it in the last episode when like they brought up the cakes to begin with, and after she blows up Yu's kitchen, she takes a tangerine cake and she's eating it on the way out. So I thought that was pretty funny. He gave the recipe to his landlord in lieu of paying rent. He even wrote a small poem about them. These tangerine cakes are bright and fresh, just like the orange groves back home. After the scholar passed the imperial examination and assumed office, the tangerine cakes became very famous. People began to view them as a symbol of homesickness. Interesting. Symbolic food. First time I've ever heard something like that. Yan is a vast land with many different climate zones, each with their own cash crops and produce. That's why there are many different types of Yanese cuisine. You can trace all of the Yan's history through its food. For example, Yan's 4 major cuisines match up with its 4 great restaurants. which predate Bai Zhao's transformation into nomadic cities. Cities develop, but flavors remain. It would be odd to find any snack without its own bit of history behind it. One of my colleagues told me that there are many different kinds of tianxis in Yan. You know so much about food. You must be some kind of tasty food tianxi, right? If there really was such an individual, someone who could use arts to transform stones into vegetables, that might be worth studying, eh? Alas, I am just an amateur foodie. If she's an amateur foodie who's writing a food book that's been praised by all the restaurants, then I don't think she's an amateur. I like to take notes on the food I eat and its history. Over the years, I've compiled several notebooks full of such information. To put it another way, Blaze, if there really were a better recipe for tangerine cakes out there, surely someone here would know about it. But I'm telling you, the ones I had when I was younger, they were sweeter and just better. That really is rather odd. Maybe they're not as sweet because it's not from her father anymore, who is dead now. So it's more of a experience thing that her father's dead, so something that he used to send her isn't as sweet anymore. Traditional tangerine cakes emphasize the fresh essence of tangerines, not the taste of their pulp. Very little sugar is used because tangerine cakes are supposed to be a light snack. You're telling me you've eaten much sweeter tangerine cakes, and I'm telling you that I've never heard of such a thing. Maybe we can ask one of the chefs around here to try cooking up a batch with extra sugar, so you can compare? But even if we do that, it doesn't prove that the sweeter variety of tangerine cakes ever actually existed before. What I want to know is, how did the taste of these tangerine cakes change during their journey from Bai Zhao to Victoria? I'm sure there's a story there somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely the case of, because it was a gift from her father, it was sweeter, rather than it actually being sweeter. Plus, when you're younger, your taste buds are better. It seems you're just as much of a foodie as I am. I was afraid you'd get tired of traipsing off to all these restaurants. Based off the character, I wouldn't say so. You're the guide, you lead, I follow. Alright then, let's keep looking. My word, look at the time. We should have lunch first. Lunch? Yes, it's lunchtime. Shouldn't we have some lunch? But I just finished eating snacks from 5 different restaurants. Snacks are snacks, but lunch is lunch. You must have a proper lunch, you know. I don't think my tummy has any more room for lunch. I know one restaurant that I can guarantee won't make your tummy ache. Will you give it a try? You're the foodie here, so I and my stomach trust you. What's wrong? I feel like we're being followed. Someone knows. It's you! Oh my gosh. You're an Imperial Guard? No. Without dark steel armor, I'm not a proper member of the Imperial Guard. Officially, I'm a captain serving with the Yulin Guards. Deputy Minister Lin, I doubt you'd want to encounter anyone wearing dark steel armor anyway. Certainly not in broad daylight. I once heard Tai He mention that there is a junior drill master serving in the ranks of the Imperial Guard apprentices. She's very young, but skilled beyond her years. That must be you. You're the junior drill master. Guess Tai is still sore. I beat him in a couple matches last month. There's no need for name calling, though. No matter. I'd like to ask you, what are you doing here? I'm investigating a case. Does that case have anything to do with the former Minister of Rights? Has the Judicial Review Office issued you a search warrant? You're just a drill master. You have no authority to question whatever warrants I may or may not have, do you? You have no authority to question my authority. Just answer my questions, please. Very well. I heard you were on a long business trip just recently. You left Bai Zhao for a while, did you not? That's right. I went to go question a witness in an old case and update the case files. What old case? From when? What witnesses? Why are you just investigating it now? I don't understand your line of questioning. If the Yulin Guards want to investigate the Judicial Review Office, I'll go submit the necessary documentation immediately. If that still isn't enough for you, I can have the Minister of the Judicial Review Office report to the Yulin Guards for questioning. My questions have nothing to do with the Judicial Review Office. They only concern you, Deputy Minister Lin. So you went to investigate an old case. What did you learn? Too much time has passed, so the trail has gone cold. I didn't learn anything. Nothing? Really? Are you sure? Nothing. Alright, I believe you. However, remember that you are speaking to the Yulin guards here. Your answers carry great weight. Very good. I'm done discussing official business with you. So you still have some personal business you wish to discuss. Taihei, that dumb Forte, told me he doesn't have many friends in government. Well, you now count as one. Well, I must warn you, don't stick your neck out too far. Sorry, my dog is losing his mind. Your worries are unfounded. I'm just pursuing the truth here, and it is my job to do so. I'm not putting myself at any additional risk. Very good. Give Taihei my regards. They're questioning why I'm here. Well, why are the Yulin guards here? Their presence here, I think, is proof that I'm on the right track. Is the old case? No, because it's from 10 years ago. And then it starts at 40 years ago. Woo! Boy, am I stuffed. I never would have guessed that a roadside stand could make such amazing wontons. They're certainly better than the ones on Rose Island cafeteria freezer. I'm so stuffed that I want to just take a nap here. After eating all of that greasy street food, a nice hearty bowl of wontons is the perfect thing to settle your stomach. The famous restaurants need no introduction. As your guide in Baizhou, I figured I'd share some of my favorite lesser-known food spots. Well, I'm lucky to have found such a good tour guide. Thank you. Well, I'm also glad to have found a culinary companion. I tend to eat alone, which means I can only order 1 or 2 entrees for myself. You know what they say, the more the merrier. No, I'm here. You can order as much food as you want. Speaking of food, what is in these wontons anyway? They're fantastic. Just meat and celery. The key ingredient is the soup. Most places use shell-beast caviar in wonton soup to enhance the flavor. Unfortunately, the finniness of the caviar crowds out the other flavors. This place uses soybean sprouts instead. This makes for a milder soup, which allows the flavor of the wontons to shine. The meat filling for the wontons is fresh beef's belly. After the wontons are cooked, the bits of fat will naturally seep into the soup. These wontons are light, yet delicious. They are made of high-quality ingredients, which are hard to find these elsewhere. Well, do these wontons have a history? Do tell! Not really. I just really like this particular wonton shop, I guess. When I get writer's block or need a little pick-me-up, I come here and eat a bowl of wontons. The shopkeeper has been making wontons her whole life. She used to own the shop together with her husband. Her husband fell ill and passed away, leaving her to raise her child alone. Later, her son joined the army, but died in a catastrophe up north several years ago. She's still running the place all by herself. She says she wants to continue the family legacy, preserve their authentic taste. What a sad story. There are many such sad stories. There's no joy without pain. Over the years, as I've been coming to this shop, I've helped the lady with an errand or 2. In return, she told me her family's secret recipe. She hopes that one day, after she's gone, I can pass on her craft to the next generation. I have something I want to ask you. Are you really going through all this trouble with the tangerine cakes just because you made a bet with the young chef? Why do you ask? I simply noticed that you weren't terribly focused on the taste of the delicacies at all. Seems like you had some other purpose in mind. Was it that obvious? Wow. When you watch people eat, you see into their souls. Sorry, I was just curious. If I've intruded on your privacy, I sincerely apologize. Hey now, we're friends. I'm not keeping secrets from you. You're right. I'm not really that concerned about the bet. Those tangerine cakes, well, my father used to send them to me when he was living in Baizhou. Your father, was he Yanese? Whatever. I don't have anything to hide from you. I grew up in Victoria and my father is Yanese. One year, he suddenly returned to Yan for some reason. Never saw him again, and he died over a decade later in a land foreign to me. I'm sorry, Blaze. It's not your fault. Why do you keep apologizing? I didn't think much about it at first, but yesterday when you mentioned that sweet tangerine cakes are unusual, I thought someone who knows how to make those cakes might have also known my dad. Your dad was also... He was also what? Oh, nothing. Well, I promise you that I will do everything in my power to help you find the truth about your father. You're such a contradiction. So bold when you eat, yet so refined when you speak. When you're eating together, it's all good fun. We're good friends. Why do you turn into such a different person as soon as you put down your chopsticks? Friends? And another thing. Why are you helping me look for these tangerine cakes in the first place? Well, I'm writing a book. Most cookbooks today only contain recipes from renowned chefs, yet the streets and countryside are full of unique delicacies that few people have ever paid heed. I hope to collect all these recipes into a book. Perhaps years later, people will read this book and learn of Bai Zhao's unique cuisine. It's just a silly dream of mine, is all. And also, what? I think I'll keep that a secret for now. I like this calm music. Whenever this calm music goes on, I know it's just gonna be a chill little time. Well, as long as we're out here, you might as well take me to a few more places, yeah? Sure. Where do you want to go? Let me see. This letter mentions the Virtue Bookstore, the Humble Garden, and the Bai Zhao Academy. Hey, what does this word mean? Can you let me have a look? This is a letter? Why is it so greasy? I didn't do that. It was like that when I opened it. I don't know what my dad was doing when he wrote it. So these are all letters that your father wrote to you. Yes, the few that I managed to save. Strange, the stationery is... What is it? Nothing. It's just that most of the places mentioned in this letter no longer exist. Huh? But it was only written a decade ago. A decade ago? For Bai Zhao, a decade is enough for the whole city to change. Have you noticed that anything that's changed since arriving in Bai Zhao? Well, aside from the food, there are all these energy poles all over the place. Seems like kind of a waste. May seem wasteful, but in fact, we have no other choice. The city of Bai Zhao was founded a long time ago. At that time, Yan had just experienced a great war, and the country was in dire straits. However, suddenly, an extremely rich originium vein was discovered right next to the ruins of a battlefield. Wow, what impeccable timing! You Yanese sure are lucky. No, wasn't lucky at all. The originium vein was rich. Too rich. It attracted too many originium particles in one place, which eventually led to a catastrophe. Basically, not only was it difficult to mine, but it also created a vast stretch of land that was prone to catastrophes. There was nothing the Yanese could do about it. That is until one of the Tianxis had an idea. They could build a city right on top of the originium vein. City infrastructure would deplete the excess originium energy, preventing further catastrophes. Building a city on top of a originium mine? That sounds like a recipe for disaster. It was indeed an extremely dangerous undertaking. However, the True Lung decided to go ahead with it. That's how Bai Zhao was founded. How did they do it? I can't even imagine. Honestly, I'm not totally sure either. In all these Yanese history books, there's only a single passage that talks about that period. Skilled individuals were sent into the disaster zone, and after 53 years of effort, a city was built and established as the capital. The city was named Bai Zhao, with the hope of tending all cooking stoves under heaven. As for the more advanced technical details, you'd probably have to look at some of the materials from the Tianxi bureaus. That's beyond my area of expertise. So to this day, the Bai Zhao government still encourages us to use this energy. Bai Zhao is constantly changing. That's how these skyscrapers appeared, as well as the numerous nomadic city plates. And what happened to the people who built the city? Who built the city? I'm completely stuffed, but I still haven't found the taste I'm looking for. I've taken you to every restaurant I know that sells such cakes. Maybe tomorrow we can go look in some of the larger restaurants. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You looked for the whole city, yet you couldn't find your so-called authentic tangerine cakes, could you? You were following us all day. You were afraid we would find better food, weren't you? Me? Afraid? Puh. I already told you before. If you're looking for the best chef in Baizhou, you've already found him. If I can't cook it, no one else can. Blaze, I've tasted his food. It really is quite excellent. A rare treat. You really know how to flatter. Besides, you're arguing over the details and how a single pastry is made. How could that possibly be the standard for judging a chef's skill? Still, I can see that you, chef, are still curious about these sweet tangerine cakes that Blaze is talking about, are you not? Not really. How about this? You two set aside your bet, and we'll see where we can find these sweet tangerine cakes. That way, Blaze will find the tangerine cake she's looking for, and you, chef, will learn a new recipe. Sounds like a delightful arrangement, no? Huh? What? What about my 1 month of free meals? My cooking skills are so superb that no one can match them. But there are other chefs that I respect. If I had to name one in particular, it would be, well, it would be, who? The head chef of the Ding Feng Lao, the highest rated of the 4 great restaurants. You mean Mr. Mo Bufu? Everyone at Ding Feng Lao, I think that's correct, is preparing for the feast of 100 delicacies. That means the old man is prepping for his last feast. His last feast? You mean he's retiring? Who knows? That old man's never been challenging people left and right lately. Really showing off. What are you waiting for? Let's go! It's not so simple. Chef Mo is quite an important man. He is responsible for the entire feast. We can't bother him with trifling matters such as tangerine cakes. The girl is clever, but she's only half right. If you really do want to go meet him, I have a way. Last month's receipts? No, not in this pocket. Ah, here it is. An invitation to the Ding Feng Lao chef selection. Blaze, we won't get many opportunities to meet Chef Mo. Then what are we waiting for? Whoever's going into the competition, take me with you. As to who will participate in the competition... Huh? What are you looking at me for? Teaching Blaze how to cook when she blew up the kitchen already.
You've definitely got the potential to be a top chef.
Okay. Well, that's all the time I have for this one, because I plan on recording several today. Unfortunately, I don't have time to play 2 hours worth for one episode. It's just... Plus, I have to go soon. Oh shit, it's already 10. Okay. That is the end of the episode. That was a ton of fun. I think that it's going to turn out that the sweet tangerine cakes don't exist actually, and that it was just sweeter because it was something that her dad sent to her, rather than it being something that actually just exists normally, that someone made. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll see and find out that it was just a different thing. But it's at the start of the thing, when you open the event, it says farewell to loved ones or something like that. So maybe it is something more sentimental than serious. In the end, we can only wait and find out. Anyway, though, because it's the end of the episode, if you liked it, please like and subscribe. I love having y'all around. If you don't want to miss the next one, make sure to ring the bell so you get notified when I post it. The next one will probably be tomorrow. This is going out on Saturday. And then Sunday, I hope to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week as well. Oh, it's a lot, but I should be able to get it done. If you want to talk to the community, the link for my Discord will be in the description. We usually talk about Arknights, but if you want to talk about anything else, make sure to join. If you want to support the channel, the link for my Ko-Fi will be in the description. If you want to hop down and buy me a coffee, I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, though, because of the end of the episode, you better have a good night. And bye-bye!